Nimba County, where we will be talking to the county chair of the ruling Unity Party. We'd like to say welcome.
Pleasure for welcoming me. I'm Ferris Liadopo Dekwa, the chairman of the ruling Unity Party at the level of Nimba County.
Okay. It's a quite busy day for you as a chairman. You're standing there, the vice president of the Republic of Nigeria is in the county. President on the tour, but will be here tomorrow for a big program. Tell us what have been your preparation? How is it like the people taking it? What's the momentum?
The momentum is very high. As you may be aware, over the past few months, Vice President has been visiting all over the country, and our schedule happened to be this month, July, and then a kickoff on Tuesday. His arrival in Ganta was very, very in high gear, and people turned out in their mass number. You can see at that time the entire Sprintable street of Ganta was crowded up, and then people show up in good number. That tells us that we are standing in a better position. And since his arrival, we've been touring with him. The first visit was in the county capital, Sanikole. We passed through and went to Yekepa. And from Yekepa, we were there before yesterday in Kample. From Kample, we went through by the way of District 7, entered Bound, and yesterday we were in Seklepi. And the turnout yesterday was very great. As you may be aware, yesterday was a rainy day in Nimba County, heavy downpour rain, but people were all over in the rain and waiting the vice president.
Now let's look at the vice president paying numerous visits to the county. What makes this one kind of special from all of the visits that he has been coming to the county?
It makes it so special because currently he's the vice president. Again, he's the standard bearer of the ruling party, and the message across the country, in my mind, is resonating well, and so that's why you are seeing that kind of turnout, huge turnout. People are coming because people are yearning for change, and this is a man who has served the country so well, and so his character speaks volume. So people want to see such a person to be able to lead the Liberian people to develop the country.
Vice president still serves as vice president of this government. People still talk about most of the hardships. Do you think Ambassador Boaka can make a change at this moment now that people need it so desperate?
He can make a better change because his character, you know, if you want to have a change, it needs people who have the mind, who are principle-minded, who serve with commitment. That's the kind of thing he brings on the table. And over the years, people have got to see Ambassador Joseph Human Boaka's commitment to government, even in the private sector. He served well. And so if you want to change the country, one of the things some of us have been pushing is somebody who will come to be principle-minded, to make a law that everybody will abide by. That if, for example, you pass a law, it should cut across every sector of the country. It should not be something that should be sectional. Say a certain group of people should be given the opportunity to respect the law, but other people be there to go against the law. That's the kind of quality and character he brings on the table. That's what we're yearning for.
2011, Nimba County voted one of your own sons, overwhelming. Came third place in national election, the presidential election. 2014, again, you gave a huge vote to this individual. Do you think Nimba is prepared to support someone from a different county?
100% Nimba is prepared. As I speak to you, I was on board 2011 with Senator Johnson. Taking into consideration he comes from Nimba County, we felt, you know, he could, what we thought he could produce, we have not been able to see it because leadership comes with some responsibility and respect. In some instances, this is a leader, after the 2011 election, you know, giving support to the ruling Unity Party was unilateral. Some of us went against it and said, it can't be that way. If you got your constituent and you want to take a decision, there should be a consultation, and then seek people's view as to which way to go. But to be taking decision unilaterally, some of us are taking, different direction. And if you have a leader who every time you say something and the next day you say another thing, who is not consistent, somebody say he's consistently inconsistent. And so that kind of person, in my mind, we can't give this country to that kind of person. This country does not need a hard-hearted, it does not need a Jack the Rebel person to change it, but rather need people who have that resilience, people who are committed, who are slow to anger. That's the kind of leadership we need for now.
Now, finally, before I get to my final question, but a young man serving as chair for the ruling Unity Party, the county chair for the ruling Unity Party, what it does means to you as a young man? What's the impact is it making for the party within the county?
It's making great impact. As I speak to you, I'm a businessman by profession. I came from a business background. I remember when I went to a convention in Secretary, other people were questioning, my ability to serve in the political arena. But we're referring to them at the time, and at that time, it came at a time where Donald Trump won in America. So we said, this day, in this dispensation, is necessary for young people and business people to come, because they are people that are managing themselves. So if you're managing yourself and managing people around you, in my mind, it's better to serve your people, because the way you manage yourself, this is the kind of service you bring into the public. So that's the kind of thing we see in it, because as a business person, you can't be sitting on the fence every time and allow politicians to make the decision for you. So the decision they make, if it is bad, it affects all of you. So this day, we need to be on board so that all of us can make that contribution. Whether rain, shine, whether money, no money, what we need to do is to create an environment. I don't need to be in government for any reason. I always told people, after this election, I'm returning back to business, and I just want to be focused and that kind of environment be created so that I can continue to do my business.
What's the success story? We see a big building owned by you.
The success story is just commitment and being focused. Like I said, what I see in my standard bearer is being focused, straightforward, principle-mindedness, and self-determination. After a long day of work, sometimes you go home and in the morning or in the night, you reflect on what to do the next day. In that way, you can progress. And people who are thinking like that, they are the kind of people we need in this country, because the economy, if we want to put it into our own hands, to Liberianize it, we need to think the same way the labor needs, the fuller needs can come into this country and make business and succeed. Some of us are here who are committed. Though, the climate has been polluted by a few of our friends and relatives, but again, there are good people here. And so these good people, when they are given the opportunity, I think our country can develop.
Thank you very much for talking to TNet TV.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.